muffin.
Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. If you're new, welcome to our channel. My name is Layla. This is my daughter Layla, and she's joining us today. What are you doing? She's joining us today. I'm not sure how long this is gonna last and how long she's gonna want to sit here with me, but for now, we're making that work. So I just thought I'd pop in and do a 6-month update. Yay! A 6-month update because this little crazy girly is 6 months old. So I just thought I'd update you guys on the milestone she's hitting, what's going on, what we've been up to, and what we're doing today. Yeah! You're such a goofer. For starters, let's talk about her chunky weight. Yeah! Oh, you're showing your belly? Oh, you're showing your belly, your big belly? Layla is 20 pounds. She's probably 20 pounds now. When we weighed her at the doctor, she was 19 something. I don't know. I don't have the paperwork in front of me, but it was really close to 20 pounds. You're just such a goofy girl. Yeah, and then her height, she is, I believe, 27 inches. So she's in the 96th percentile. You're just going to stare at me the whole time. She's in the 96th percentile for most of the categories. I can't. I'm just looking at her in the viewfinder. What are you doing? So she is a big girl, for sure. Definitely a big girl. I've said this before. I'm pretty sure she got that from Mark. I wasn't like a huge baby or anything like that, but oh my goodness. But 20 pounds at 6 months is pretty tonky. She's in 9-month clothes right now, but those are pretty snug, so I'm sure pretty soon she'll be moving into the 12 months. So she's, here you go girly, she's really moving up there in her height and weight. Since she is 6 months now, she is able to have solids. So we have started her on purees, which wasn't really the original plan. The original plan for us was to do baby-led weaning, and I'm not giving up on that yet. She's just not ready, and there's specific signs of readiness that she has to meet before we can start that. So I'm not, writing it off, but we can't start that yet. I've tried to already, and it's just very obvious that she's not ready for that. And for those of you who don't know what baby-led weaning is, basically it's just letting your baby eat the same stuff that you eat. So like for dinner or whatever we're having, we could just cut up and she could eat as well. So it's kind of like skipping the purees and stuff like that and moving more into just like normal everyday foods. And there's obviously some restrictions, which I feel like is to be expected, especially for 6-month-olds. But for the most part, it's pretty much to introduce independence and let them feed themselves rather than Mark and I having to sit there and spoon feed her all the time, which is pretty much what we're doing right now with the purees. But once she can start having little finger foods and stuff like that, it will be more of an independent thing for her. I'm assuming she's going to get pretty messy, and that's like a big baby-led weaning thing, is just letting them go crazy on it. So we'll see how that works the first time we'd actually do it. I will keep you guys updated on the baby-led weaning. We haven't started yet, like I said. So some of the signs of readiness for that is being able to sit up on their own for at least a minute, and she's doing really well right now. She's sitting up, but she also has the boppy behind her, but if she wanted to fall back or if she needed to fall back, she would fall back. The boppy's not really holding her up. So she's doing pretty good with that. Yeah. The other thing is she has to be showing interest in foods. She's just cracking me up. She has to be showing interest in actually eating. So the foods that Mark and I are eating, she's supposed to be like reaching for and staring at and just showing interest. And she hasn't necessarily started doing that yet. So once she starts doing that, that'll be a sign that she's ready to start the baby-led weaning. And like I said, I've tried before, so I did give her some cut up into small little pieces raspberries, and some scrambled eggs. And she didn't want anything to do with either of those. I put them right in front of her. She didn't even want to pick them up and play with them. She really just kind of disregarded those. So, and when I did actually give her a piece of egg, like I handed it to her, she just kind of gagged on it, which is a baby reflex, and spit it out. So I'll try again in a few days or when she's more ready, but for now it's just purees and stuff like that. Going into purees, we've started her on mostly vegetables, but a lot of the vegetable purees have a fruit in them, I'm assuming just to give some kind of sweet taste, I guess. But what our pediatrician told us, and what I've always heard, is to start with vegetables and then work your way into fruits, because if you just give them something sweet right off the bat, that's all they're going to really want. So that's what we did, and she seems to just really eat whatever I give her. There's nothing that she really spits out and doesn't like, so that's really good because I'm hoping she's not picky like me. What are you doing? I gave you these toys to play and you're not playing. Look, it's your wiener dog. You want to get kissy? Mwah. Mwah. Oh, you just want to eat him. Well, now that I'm looking at her drooling right now, she's big time drooler. I don't know if I said this in the last update. The last update was what, 5 months? I probably was saying that because she was definitely wearing bibs last update. She drools all day long. She used to spit up a lot when she was just a small baby, and that's gotten a lot better, definitely. She still does spit up, but not nearly as much as she did before. She's in size 3 diapers, which she just newly is in, and my friend Maddie has been bugging me about putting her in size 3s for forever because Owen is 3 months, almost 4 months, and he's been in size 3s for a while, and I just switched Layla over, so yeah, so now you're matching your boyfriend, Mr. O, which is funny because Layla's bigger than Owen, so I guess I'm just late to the size 3 party. Her head, oh yeah, I did want to talk about her head. So we are in the process of trying to get her a helmet because she does need a helmet. Or so they say, and it's just a whole debacle with our insurance and trying to figure that all out, so hopefully we can get that situated soon, and because the longer we wait, the longer she's going to have to wear it, and we don't want to wear the helmet forever. Yes, girly. What else, girly? Do you have anything to add? Okay. Sleeping, she's been sleeping really good. Although we are hitting kind of a rough period, isn't that right? So we actually just switched her to her own room. Once she turned 6 months, we put her in her own room in the crib. She's only ever been in the bassinet in our room. She's never slept in the bed with us or anything, but she has been in the bassinet the whole entire time. So now that she's 6 months, I think it's AAP. Once they're 6 months, they say that you can put them in their own room. Obviously, every family is different, and some people do it earlier, some people do it later. So we decided to do it right around 6 months because she seemed ready, and she was sleeping through the night, and she's been sleeping great in her crib. The crib has been awesome. She's had her own space to kind of just sleep and not have to listen to us doing whatever we're doing, whatever background noise is going on with us, because ever since we've had her, she's been in our room with us, so it's been a nice break for us, and I'm sure for her sleep to not have sounds going on behind her, but it's super nice for us because we don't have to like be quiet and sneak around and stuff like that around the room when she's sleeping, so we can watch TV and do whatever we want to do. Everything has been great with the transition over to her room, and I'm going to show you guys her room really soon. I just want to have everything finished before I go in there and record. What are you doing? You leaning forward? So once I'm completely finished with all that, then I will definitely give you guys a nursery tour, which is super overdue considering she's 6 months and I'm just now finishing the nursery. But like I was saying with her sleep, she's definitely going through some kind of sleep regression, and it seems to have gotten better, so hopefully that will end sometime soon for my sanity, because I've gotten used to sleeping through the night, which is terrible when they stop sleeping through the night. So I'm thinking it's just like a come and go type of thing, but I have heard that it just comes back and it comes back, so she's just going to go in and out of good sleeping patterns, I suppose. Really, what's been going on is she wakes up in the middle of the night a couple times, whether it's just for her binky to go back in, or she just wakes up and seems like she wants to play. She kind of tosses around and just makes a bunch of noises. And it can be frustrating in the middle of the night when you go and put her back to bed, and then like less than an hour later she's awake again and just keeps going and keeps going. And I'm sure parents of newborns and stuff probably think I'm ridiculous for complaining about this type of thing, but I guess I'm back into my better sleeping pattern. So I've been getting used to her going to bed at like 7 every night and then waking up the next morning at 7:30. So the random middle of the night moments are definitely difficult, but we're getting through it. How much she's eating? She's eating around 8 ounces per feed, which is a lot. It is a lot. That's like to the top of the big bottles. Yeah, so we go through a lot of formula. One of the little cans gets us through about like 2 days, so we constantly need formula. She's found her hands. She always has her hands in her mouth. That's her thing. She seems to actually be liking, she still uses the pacifier all the time, but she definitely doesn't use it as much as she used to, because now she's able to pull the pacifier out of her mouth, which she thinks is super fun. Sorry for her grunting. She pulls it out and she stares at it and then she drops it. And she also likes to just stare at her hands. She's just like figuring stuff out and realizing that she can use these hands and feet. Yes! She also might have just farted, and she also loves to stand up, which obviously she can't stand up necessarily on her own. She did once. She can hold on to like the side of the coffee table and hold herself up. But, oh, she puked. This wouldn't be a video without her puking. Hang on. The binky's on the floor because she likes to just spit it out all the time now, which is a super fun game of constantly putting the binky back, but it's fine. I'm hoping that eventually she won't need the binky, so we won't have to go through that whole cutting off the binky situation, but we will see how that goes. That's kind of down the line. Is there anything else we want to say? She hasn't said any words yet. She makes a lot of noises. She yawns a lot, very loudly. She's noisy for sure, but she has not said any words yet, so we're trying, and I try and get her to say stuff every day, but not yet. She still likes to go into her swing, and she goes into her swing like once or twice a day just to kind of hang out. But her swing is at the end of its life here. Not the end of its life, but the end of its journey with Layla, I think, because Layla is just too heavy now. You're almost just too heavy because that has a 20-pound weight limit, and she is just around 20 pounds. So we're reaching that weight limit, and it's very clear that the swing is working very hard because it makes a lot of loud mechanical noises as it's moving, and it dips down, so she is almost out of that. Yeah. But soon you'll be sitting up, so you can just sit. Yeah, so you can just sit on the floor and play. Oh, well, she's a really big daddy's girl right now, which she wasn't before. Before, she was normally kind of all about me, but now that she's super laughy and smiley, she loves her daddy, and whenever he comes home from work, she gets very excited. So that's really cute to see, and I'm totally fine with that because I think that it's just like the cutest thing in the world. But they're definitely little buddies, especially on Sundays when he's watching football. She loves to sit on the couch with him and hang out. Obviously, this update is a little bit late. I haven't posted in a while, and I know that, But I honestly just haven't had much to post. We haven't been doing too much. We've done a lot of just like lounging around and just hanging out and enjoying family time together. So there hasn't been too much to film, and when there is, honestly, I've just been kind of lazy about just not having to take the extra step of filming stuff and just kind of enjoying it and taking it as it comes. But I really hope to start filming more, because I love posting these videos and I love recording these videos, and editing them is super fun for me. So hopefully I can start uploading more and have more ideas and just feel a little more creative in what I'm doing, because right now I guess I'm kind of going through like a dry patch of just not much content, I guess. But hopefully with the holidays coming up and stuff like that, I'll have more stuff to record. And I'd like to do a nighttime routine and maybe an updated morning routine, because the morning routine we did before was several months ago, I believe. So things are definitely different. We're in a new room. She's in her crib. So the morning routine does look a little bit different. So I might record something like that, and you guys could see that soon. And like I said, stay tuned for a nursery tour sometime soon, sometimes in the near future. I just have a few finishing things that I want to do before I show you guys that. But yeah, I think that's about it for today's video. If you liked it, then like it down below, subscribe to our channel, and we'll see you in the next one. Bye guys! Say bye, Layla!